So, what do you call a bunch of lesbians on motorcycles? A dyker gang. Don't cancel me. Intro. Yeah. So, can you say that? Is that should I have not started this that way, Is that cuz there's a lot of words that I think you should probably just avoid if you can. But then also I don't want to, like you like that fucking sound argument there. Then I don't have anything that rhymes with biker. So how does that joke work? And that's not even like that's something that I legitimately saw a like more than 30 rough looking women several years ago when I was doing repos, and they drove by me like they were all turning out of a neighborhood, and I was like, the fuck. And then I was like, well, I've never seen a fucking dyker gang before. Jesus Christ. So like that's probably not a thing you should say, right? Definitely not a thing you should say twice. I think we've established that. But but like I don't know, man. I'm out here like trying to get canceled, but also I just want to say things, and like I'll never know where the line is drawn as far as you guys if once I cross the line you're not like, okay, well hold on, dude, maybe we shouldn't go that far. And then I'll be like, all right, there's the line. But until then, I'm just gonna we'll just keep saying stuff. I'll just whatever pops in, we'll just let it out, and that'll be the thing, But also, I kind of realized in high school that I could kind of get away with saying some shit just because of like, I don't know, is it privilege? But I think it's just because I look trustworthy. Like, I look like the kind of guy that, like, I definitely look like you could trust me to like water your plants while you're on vacation. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm your guy, dude. Hey, you got a ficus? I'm your fucking guy, dude. I fucking like I look like I definitely hold doors open for people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just kind of look a little bit trustworthy. Like if you saw me in the street, you'd be like, that guy gets it. That guy'll fucking open the door for the lady to get in the car. It definitely seems like that. So I kind of realized like early on I could kind of get away with some shit. I know me and my buddy had an inside joke with this girl who used to be a huge slut, and she wasn't anymore, but we would just call her slut, and she was like in on it, like she thought it was funny. So we would just it wasn't like her name was Caitlin anymore. It was just fucking like, hey, slut. And that's not even her name. So don't fucking, it's I know people that actually know who I'm talking about, and they're gonna be like, that's not, yeah, it's the wrong name on purpose. But I remember at a party one time, we were like something was happening, and I was like, hey, slut, get over here. And then this random dude was like, hey bro, this is not cool, man, you can't fucking talk to. And she was like, no, it's fine, like it's a joke. And he's like in my shit about it, and he's like in my fucking face, like, dude, chill, that's just slut over there, you leave her alone. But I will say, dude, with the channel, I don't know, it's been weird, man. I feel like a lot of the content I've been making has been decent lately, but interactions have been down, bro. Interactions have been down as fuck. Can we get some comments and some likes? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, that shit's been, on like your YouTube studio, it'll be like, it weighs your percentage of this month versus last month. It's been fucking depressing, dude. Fucking interactions have been so down, they have to wear a helmet and go to a different class now. Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? I can't be having that. We got this DLC coming hot in a couple days. I can't go into it like this. I will say, however, this past literally 24 hours, I don't know what the fuck's been going on, but people have just been clicking that sub button, and let me tell you, I appreciate you. So, if we can keep that same enthusiasm, and if we can fucking get some fucking interaction going, bro, we'll be set. I'm creeping up on 200 subs, bro. I know we've been talking about this shit for like a month at least, but I'm creeping up on it. It's looking like it's gonna happen soon, and I am fucking hype. So, Let's see what happened to me over the weekend. And listen, dude, I gotta come clean, okay? I gotta come clean, and I'm sorry, but I think I'm part of the problem, guys. And listen, I know we're all in this together, but I think I might be part of the problem. And it's too late now. There's no going back, dude. There's fucking no going back. But let me tell you what happened. So, Friday night, Friday, I get it home. I'm tired. It's been a long day of work. I'm chilling. I don't have pants on. I'm just hanging out. I haven't even fucking showered after work. And, homie hits me up and is like, yo, what are you doing tonight? And I'll be honest, dude, I wasn't going to reply. And that's a shitty thing to do. But also, I'm tired. I don't want to. Leave me alone, you know? How many times do we have to discuss how doing stuff is the fucking worst? I don't want to do stuff. Sometimes stuff is replying to a text. Sometimes replying to a text means there will be stuff inbound. So either way, I'm fucking out, you know? Ain't happening. So, fucking just wasn't going to reply. And then my roommate comes by and he's like, hey, you want to go to Applebee's? Boy, oh boy, all of a sudden, wouldn't you know who feels like doing stuff? Boy, oh boy, let me tell you, all of a sudden, I'm invigorated. I'm fucking ready to go. I took a shower. I got ready. I fucking recorded a video in the meantime. Got ready to go. I was down, dude. All of a sudden, I'm ready to do some shit. Let's do it, you know? Because last week in Texas, the bars opened back up. Like, they had the restrictions to where it had to be a restaurant that just so happened to have a bar. So if you went there, you couldn't just get alcohol, you had to get food too. Because that's going to stop you from getting that Rona, is fucking eating, you know? In fact, I think it's the opposite. So he hits me up, like, let's go to Applebee's. I'm like, bet, let's do it. So, and this wasn't the usual Applebee's crowd. Granted, some of the All-Stars were there, but this wasn't the usual gang, you know? So we go, and it's my roommate and his girl, my buddy and his girl, and then one other friend that we haven't seen in a long time. So we go, and me, and obviously I ride with my roommate and his girl. So we get there first. We walk in there, and dude, let me fucking tell you, I have never, ever seen an Applebee's this fucking packed in my life. I have never in my fucking life had to wait more than 2 minutes for a table at an Applebee's. A lot of times, the waiting process is just waiting for the fucking hostess to walk over to you and be like, oh yeah, what the fuck are you waiting for? You know, see these empty fucking booths? It's Applebee's. We don't give a fuck. Sit down wherever. You know, throw your trash on the ground, spit on your waitress. Nobody gives a fuck. It's Applebee's, dude. Fucking make a ruckus, be racist in the booth. Who cares, you know? So, it's Applebee's. But we get there, and they're like, it's going to be an hour wait. An hour wait for Applebee's. What the fuck? So, I'm like, I get there, and I'm about to hit up my other fucking friends and be like, hey, y'all come to Applebee's. And they say there's going to be an hour wait. I'm like, yikes, dude. I don't know if we're like, we got to talk it over, but I don't know if we're going to be fucking staying for this, you know? So I was like, I guess we'll wait for our other friends to at least get here. And then if they get here and we all don't want to wait a full hour, maybe we'll just go play in traffic or something. I don't know, dude, you know? So, they get there, and there's the little, you know, there's the actual lobby of the Applebee's, like where there's, you know, the tables and shit are, and then there's that little front room. It's a little, like, it's a little tiny fucking, like, you know, 8x8 room with like one bench and one chair, and that's like the waiting area, I guess. And we're sitting in there, and really it's just a COVID hallway, because it's just people walking in and out. You can feel particles just flying. Everybody's got their masks on, but this is Applebee's, bro. And I made this joke on this very podcast when this shit all started. Applebee's is fucking, if you had to put money that one place would give you coronavirus, if you had to put cash down on the table and bet that if there was one place you could go to get corona, it would be Applebee's. I feel like if there was one place that was going to be ground zero for fucking COVID, fucking Corvid, then it would be Applebee's. So if I get it, that's on me, dude. Okay? If I get it, I'm not allowed to complain. I'm gonna wait 2 weeks before I do anything else, just in case. But if I get it, dude, I have no right to complain because I fucking made the joke that Applebee's would be the first place you would get coronavirus at. So, I mean, if it comes full circle, that's on me, Playboy. There's nothing I can do, you know? But we're in there waiting in the COVID hallway. And, it's not a very big room. So they said there's 6, count them, 6 parties ahead of us. And that's why there's going to be an hour wait. And we were like, first of all, who the fuck? There's not even 6 people that go to Applebee's regularly. Who the fuck? But I guess because it was the first weekend of bars being back open, everyone's out and about. So even though Applebee's was already open, I feel like the hype just flooded into all the restaurants. So I feel like, I feel like Applebee's probably wasn't the first stop for many people, but then they probably got to other bars and were like, this bitch is closed up. Where else can we get drinks and food? Hey, there's a friendly neighborhood Applebee's. Let's go in there. Let's go support local businesses. You're friendly. Let's go support your local neighborhood Applebee's, because that's the kind of local business you want to support. And let's go give them our money. So we're in there. There's 6, count them, 6 parties ahead of us. And the lady says it's going to be an hour. We're like, fuck it. We'll wait for our other friend, blah, 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 blah. Well, one of the parties in the room just leaves. They get in their car and they drive away. Another party, these little Asian folk, I guess they go to wait in their car. Like, rather than sit in the fucking COVID hallway and have to have your mask on, I guess they made the smart decision to go wait in your car because they took down phone numbers. So it was like, we'll call you when your shit's ready. It was basically like, get the fuck out of my face. We'll call you when it's ready, or I'll text you or whatever. I don't know. Millennials hate being called. So, they all leave, and then it's just me and my roommate and his girl in the little COVID hallway. And the hostess comes out and is like, where's this party? And we're just like, She's like, I guess they left. And she calls them. They didn't answer. So then the lady just assumes that all the parties left. Not that, maybe 1 or 2 of them have gone in their cars to wait, but that since the one party left, everyone's gone. So she's like, only sees us sitting there and is like, how many y'all got? And we were like 6, which is, granted, 6 was a bit much. I think any more than 6, we wouldn't have been able to get a table. But we're like 6. She's like, hold up, I got you. And she disappears around the corner and comes back real quick and is like, hey, if y'all don't mind sitting at a high top, like a bar top table, I can seat you in 5 minutes. These people they're getting their to-go boxes. They're paying for their food right now. And we're like, dude, I don't give a fuck where I sit as long as it's in this fucking droplet goddamn stairwell over here. So if you could just get us in there anyway. And she's like, I got you. So she skips the other 5 lists and just lets us go. We got the hookup, almost like she knew we were at one point regulars. So it all comes back around, baby girl. Now, we get into Applebee's. The other 2, my other friend and his girl get there. And then once we're all at the table, the other homeboy gets there. And we're all sitting there. And dude, let me tell you, it was a great fucking time. Now, before I get into the details, let me tell you about the drink specials at Applebee's. And no, this isn't a paid in part sponsorship by Applebee's, but if there was ever one place that I would love to sponsor me, it would be the Bees. So, it would Bees. Now, they had, usually, the whole reason we go is because they do half-price apps after 9, right? Everybody loves an appy. And then they do dollar margaritas, or whatever else is the drink of the month. This month it should have been margaritas, but it's always something. It's Long Island's or margaritas or some kind of fucking bullshit fish bowl thing. I don't know, dude. So we get to the table, and of course they don't do menus. You got to scan it with your phone. The future is now, dude. Even Applebee's is implementing the fucking QR codes. That's how you know the future is now, dude. So there's also a sticker on the table that says they're no longer doing dollar margaritas. I guess with the COVID times, they're like, we can't afford to sell drinks this cheap anymore. So the margaritas are $2, which, listen, dude, as we all know, I've never been one to toot dicks. Okay, I've never been one to toot my own horn, my own dick, whatever you want to call it. But if the difference between the margaritas is $1, if it's like, $1 margaritas versus $2 margaritas, I fucking got it, bro. It's Jim Jones in 2006, bro. I'm fucking in this bitch ballin'. I don't give a fuck. I'll be there all night. I'll pay full price for my apps too. I don't give a fuck. You don't know me. You don't fucking know. It was payday. It's under control. I got it. Throw it in the bag. Hey, like that glance to the side where I fucking but the thing is that they have a promotion, right? $2 margaritas, or, and bear with me here, or you can join their club for $4 a month. Might have been 5. We'll say 4. They have an Applebee's club where you join for $4 a month, and then the margaritas are $1. Tempting. It's tempting. I was just talking about a sponsorship deal, but I mean, $4 is it's not bad, So then we got into the discussion of you just have to go, right? And then you have to drink more than 4 margaritas, and the thing will pay for itself. And then every time then on out, you're saving money. And then that led to the discussion of, but how many times, and I say this, dude, listen, I say this as an Applebee's enthusiast. How many times can you go to Applebee's in a month? It's $4 a month. I don't know if I mentioned that, but how many times can you go to Applebee's in a month before you have to fucking kill yourself, dude? Like, how many times can you go to get your money's worth before you're just like, well, that's my 7th margarita. Time to go take a bath with this toaster, How many times before you're like, well, you know what? I've always liked Robin Williams. Let's fucking go out like he did. How many times before it's just like, you know what? I've always wanted to learn to do a cartwheel. Let's go try it on this fucking crosswalk over here. How many times? We did never get an answer, I'll tell you that, but it can't be that many. It cannot be that many. When I was going to Applebee's regularly, we were going probably twice a month. And even then, that was kind of a lot. And again, enthusiast here, your boy loves the Applebee's. So you start going 3-4 times a month, dude, I don't know. I think you might end up in a Lemony Snicket novel or some shit, because I think your events are going to be unfortunate once you go more than that. So we're talking about that. We're laughing, whatever, dude. And we get to the table, we're all drinking, and for some reason, everyone else decides that the drinks aren't enough, that we need shots too. And granted, this was the first time that I think we've all been out as a group at a place. So it got kind of lit. And let me tell you too, by the way, Applebee's, like I said, since there was an hour wait, that bitch was packed. Every single table, like they had moved a bunch of the tables out, they were spaced apart and shit, but every single table that was available was fucking packed. Everyone was lit. It was loud. People were bumping fucking old school jams on the fucking jukebox. I like I said, dude, no dick tooting, but it was payday. I threw down my card. I jumped on that fucking jukebox. I'm playing Lil Wayne. I'm fucking doing old school bangers all fucking night, dude. 50 cents a song. I'll put down 15, bro. I'll put down 15 to play the entirety of the Carter 3. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it, dude. Can't stop me. Fucking put down a milli, bro. But we're fucking taking shots at 1800. I had some mozzarella sticks, which, nothing really goes well. Nothing goes better with margaritas that will eventually give you diarrhea than mozzarella sticks. Because you eat a bunch of cheese, what happens? You get a little bit constipated. So to balance it out with the fucking diarrhea margaritas, then you fucking eat 8 sticks of fried cheese, and all of a sudden, your system's regulated, baby. All of a sudden, everything's back to normal. What more could you ask for? You get to eat cheese and drink margaritas. The world's fine. So I'm eating my cheese, drinking my margaritas. We're all having a silly good fucking... We're all in the pond together. We're fucking laughing. We're telling stories. We're fucking roasting each other. We're having a good time. My buddy said I look like the kid that Naruto ran down the hallway after school. I told him he looked like an extra from Dawson's Creek. We were having a great fucking time, bro. It was hilarious. So... music's bumping. My 15 credits run out, dude. I played all my fucking monies, you know? And the two, not my roommate, but my other homeboy, and then the dude that showed up by himself, they were both in the military. One was in the Marines, and one was in the Army. So they're getting drunk. We're all shooting fucking 1800, like I said, and they start bonding. At one point, they were both doing the fucking, like you only see in like cartoons where the fucking drunk people both have their arm around each other and they're like swaying, probably singing a song. They were doing that. I was like, okay, that's only ever happened in Emperor's New Groove. You know, this has never happened in real life. So, they're laughing. They're swapping stories about the military. They're telling us all this shit about the military that only they know. So every time a new story comes up, they're both, and like I said, different branches of the military, but they're both like, every time something comes up, they're both like, "Oh, you want like who wants to tell the story?" Like, "Oh, me? You want? I mean, oh, but if you." So it's fucking adorable. They're having the time of their goddamn life. What? Shots and shots and shots. Fucking drinks and drinks and drinks. Margs, beers. Fucking shit's just having a great time, dude. Shenanigans were had, and it gets to the point to where homeboy, the one by himself, he's getting a little sad. We've gone past the happy part. We've gotten past, you know, when you meet up with people and there's that 10 minutes of not awkwardness, but no one's really had a drink yet. So you haven't really merged into a conversation yet. You're all just kind of sitting there. People are still looking at their phones or whatever. Because you got to get a drink or two in you before you forget you have a phone, you know? So we're past that point. Not a single phone has been touched. We're past the fucking happy, the frolicky, the fucking jamming out. There's no longer a fucking this guy doing the thing. He's looking a little bit sad, and they were, you know, they're telling all these crazy fucking military stories, and he starts getting sad. He's got a tear building in his goddamn eye, and he's like, "No, I don't want it." And then the other military guy's like, "Dude, just tell it. It's fine." And he's like, "No, I don't want it." He's like, "Bro, just tell it. We've come this far. Just tell the story." And he's like, "Okay." And he is sad as fuck. He proceeds to tell us the story about when he was stationed overseas in the Sandlands, as he referred to it, or something like that, something about sand. But he says, the motherfucking people he was fighting against sent over an 8-year-old with a suicide vest on. An 8-year-old with a suicide explosive vest was sent to his battalion to fuck them up. And also, precursor to this, right before this story, my homeboy and his girl have just had an argument with their kids, trying to get them to go to sleep. They're like, the kids are being mean to the babysitter, so they had to FaceTime and be like, "Hey, go to sleep." But the whole time while they're like, "Hey, you gotta go to sleep," Uptown Funk is playing loud as fuck in the background. Have you ever tried to get someone to chill out when Uptown Funk is playing? It's impossible. "Hey, you kids, go to sleep." You know, fucking, "Hey, you need to be nice to the babysitter and you need to go to sleep." Wow! You know, it doesn't work. I imagine his was like, "Hey, you kids need to go to sleep." You know, he's fucking, "You need to fucking go to sleep, okay?" Because, like, your shoulders can't not move when Uptown Funk plays. So, he does all that shit. And, anyway, he gets the kids to go to sleep. But then homeboy's telling the fucking somber-ass story. This fucking 8-year-old kid is coming towards them with a suicide vest, and he has to be the one to neutralize this kid. This fucking child overseas. It's not the fucking kid's fault. It's not his fault. He has to do what he has to do to protect his fucking battalion or troop or whatever. The kid, he probably doesn't have any fucking say in it. He's probably got, you know, a posse of adults telling him what he has to do. So he has to fucking murder this child to avoid his entire battalion from being blown up. he has to fucking shoot this kid. And I don't even think, because you can't shoot, if he's got a suicide vest, you can't shoot him in the fucking vest. You have to shoot him in the fucking face. You can't, because then it's just going to blow up and fuck other shit up. You got to neutralize him. So you have to shoot that kid in the fucking face. And he's crying. He's talking about how he sees this kid in his fucking nightmares, how he thinks about it. He spent countless nights awake thinking about this horrific fucking nightmare become a real life situation. And he tells us the story. He's fucking crying. The other military guys pat him on the back like, it's okay, man, let it all out, you know? And we're all sitting there. We're all in awe. And for a moment, we're in our own little bubble. You can't hear music. You can't hear other people yelling. You can't hear glasses clanging, orders being yelled out. All you hear is just 6 people coming together in silence and just kind of like just appreciating this moment that fucked our boy up, you know? It's some fucked up shit. We all kind of had like a somber moment of silence where no one made eye contact. We all just kind of sat there. And after a brief moment, and this is why I'm the fucking worst person to ever be around, or the best, depending. He had this fucking somber ass moment. He's crying, everyone's sad. The fucking whole mood of the night, it's so sad in our little bubble, it blocked out the sound from the rest of the fucking Applebee's. And I look up, and I'm like, well, now I have to say some things. So I was like, you know, and I didn't say it immediately. I gave it a second. But then I look up, and I'm like, well, good thing Uptown Funk still isn't playing, right, guys? Like, it'd be a real hard sell on this sad story of he just like, and then I had to shoot him in the face. Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Bow! You know, you can't tell a sad story with the bows in the background. You know, you fucking you just can't. So, fucking Christ, man, that all happened. I swear to God, dude, this was Friday night for us, and that shit was a lot of fun. We then later went back to their house and took more shots, and it was a great fucking night, dude. But you know, and that's just how it was, dude. And I felt bad because I really didn't want to go anywhere, but also I love Applebee's, and I didn't want to be part of the problem, but I guess this is why we're a red state. Not political. I mean, like, the numbers are rising, you know. And I dude, whatever. Fucking okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I wanted to support local business, but no. But in all seriousness, we probably shouldn't have, but we did, and that's all that happened. And I realized, and this is kind of a bigger picture kind of thing too, that it made me realize I need to do dumb shit in my life so that I need to do shit that's dumb and fun and wacky on the weekends so that I can come back to you guys on Monday or Tuesday and report back to you. I've realized the not even the life I live, the shit I get myself into is a lot less vanilla than your average Joe. So I feel like people can kind of, especially in these trying times, can kind of live vicariously through me, and you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Because when I eventually get coronavirus from Applebee's, you can just sit here and laugh, you know? And then I'll just be the one with the fucking virus. So, I just need to live a dumb, wacky life. And then I'll come tell you guys about it. And then we can have a podcast, and it'll be a great time. I have other stuff I wanted to talk about. I was going to get actually some serious life stuff, which isn't usually the direction we go here, but we'll save it for next time. That's going to do it for me, guys. Like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. Give me some fucking comment. Give me some interaction. Guys, if you don't mind. Jesus. Like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. I'll see you next week. Bye forever.